few questions for the quantitative section. Let's get started. Question 1. If x raised to the power of quarter divided x raised to the power of -3/4 times x squared equals 27, then x equals what? You know that if you have the same basis like this, and we have division, subtract the exponents. So it will be x raised to the power of quarter minus -3/4. Minus, it will be plus. So it's 1 plus 3, which equals 4/4, which equals 1. So we have here x raised to the power of 1 times x squared equals 27. If you have the same basis, you can add the exponents. So it's x, and this is multiplication sign, 1 plus 2, which equals 3, equals 27. Take the cube root for both sides. It means x equals the cube root of 27, which equals 3. So the answer is B. Let's move to question 2. Find the value of 505 over 1000 plus 55 over 100 plus 505 over 10. You'll change each number from fraction into decimal. You know that 505 over 1000 you can write it as 0.505 like this, and 55 over 100, this is 0.55, and 505 over 10, this is 50.5. Just add. You can add 1 0, you can add 2 0. 5 plus 0 plus 0, it will be 5. 0 plus 5 plus 0, it will be 5. 5 plus 5 plus 5, it will be 50. 5 and carry up 1. Don't forget to write down the decimal point. So this is 1, 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, which equals 1, and write down 5. So it will be 51.555. So that's it. Let's move to the next question. Question 3, in the opposite figure, find the value of y. How can we find the value of y? We have two parallel lines. And you know that if you have two parallel lines and the transversal, both each alternate angles are equals in measure. It means that if you have this angle, its measure equals 70, so this angle also 70. And this is a straight line. Y and 70 both two supplementary angles. It means that there's sum equals 180. So to find y, you'll just subtract 180 minus 70, which equals 110. So the answer is C. Question 4. A train traveled 1/4 of the distance in 2 hours. When the remaining distance became 600 kilometers, the train covered half of that remaining distance. What was the speed of the train when it completed the entry distance and reached the destination? So we have a train, it covers quarter of the distance in 2 hours. So quarter of the distance in 2 hours, it means that you'll just multiply 2 times 4 to find the time for all of the distance. So 2 times 4, which equals 8. So 2 times 4 equals 8. So we have 8 hours. And we have 600. It means that we covered half of the distance. So half of the distance is 600 kilometers. So all of the distance 600 times 2, which equals 1,200 kilometers. You know that to find the speed, it's distance over time. You know that you have, this is the magical triangle from physics. This is the speed, distance, time. If you want to find the speed, it's distance over time. If you want to find the time, it's distance over speed. If you want to find the distance, it's the speed times time. This question, you want to find the speed, which is distance over time. So the distance, which equals 1,200, full distance, over the full time, which equals 8. Divided each by each other. So it will be 150, 1,200 in kilometers, and 8 in hours. So 150 kilometers in 1 hour. This is the answer. So it's D. Question 5. If one side of a rectangle is 6, and the area of the rectangle is equal to the area of an equilateral triangle with sides 6, 8, and 10, what is the perimeter of the rectangle? In this question, you'll just find the area of this triangle. You know that 6, 8, and 10, these sides form a right angle triangle. You know that, the special Pythagorean. If you have right angle like this, If this side is 6, this side is 8, this is 10. This is the hypothesis. And you know that the area of the triangle equals half times base times height. So it will be half times the base, which is 6, times the height, which equals 8. Half 6 equals 3. 3 times 8, it will be 24. So this is the area of the triangle, which equals also the area of the rectangle. And you know that the formula of the area of the rectangle, it's base times height. It means that if you have a rectangle like this, and you have this side equals 6, 6 times what equals 24? 6 times 4. So the length is 6, and the width is 4. To find the perimeter, you know that each two opposite sides are congruent. So find the sum to find the perimeter. So 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4, which equals 20. So the answer of this question is 20. Let's move to question 6. If a number 3K120 is divisible by 2 and 5, what is the value of K? In this question, to check if this number is divisible by 2 or not, you have to check the last digit. Is it even or not? You know that the even numbers, that the numbers which divisible by 2, like 0, 4, 6, 8, but it ends with the 0, so this number is divisible by 2, so this condition satisfied. Divisibility by 3, if you added all of the digits, it will be a number divisible by 3. It means if you added 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0, it will be 6, and 6 is divisible by 3. So this number is also divisible by 3, so it satisfies this condition. Divisibility by 5, the number should end with 0 or 5. The number here ends with 0. So it's divisible by 5. So no need to put any values in the place of k, just put 0. The answer is. Let's move to the next question. Question 7. What is the value of 20.45%? You know that percent, it means over 100. So it's 20.45 over 100. Dividing by 100, you'll move the decimal point 2 digits in, like this. So the answer is 0.2045. Easy question, which is 8. Question 8, someone has 60 equal bills and the denominations of 5, 20, 50 reals. Compare between the total amount and 1,600 reals. So we have 60 equal bills with 5, 20, 50. So we have 5, 20, and 50. Into equal bills means that we divided 60 by 3. It will be 60 divided by 3, which equals 20. So each one is 20. Multiply to find the total amount. 5 times 20 equals 100. 20 times 20, which equals 400. And 50 times 20, which equals 1,000. Just add 100 plus 400 plus 1,000. Their sum, it will be 1,500. So B is 3. Move to the next, question 9. Compare between 3 over 4 minus 7 over 8 and 5 over 8 minus 7 over 8. This one you can subtract directly because you have the same denominators. So 5 minus 7, it will be negative 2. And write down 8. This one you can multiply both the numerator and the numerator by 2. So this is 6 over 8 minus 7 over 8. 6 over 8 minus 7 over 8, write down 8. 6 minus 7, it will be negative 1. Which is greater, negative 1 over 8 or negative 2 over 8? If it's 1 over 8 and 2 over 8, without the negative, we have 2 over 8 is greater. But with the negative sign, negative 1 over 8, it will be greater, so the answer is 8. Let's move to question 10. Compare between 3 root 7 and 7 root 3. If you have two numbers like this and you are switching between them, one under the square root and one out of the square root, take the number which is out of the square root is bigger. So the answer is B. So the answer of this question is B. Move to our next question. If 3 times the square of a number equals 75, what is one possible value of this number? 3 times of a square of the number. Let the number be x. So 3 times the square, it will be 3 times x squared. This is equal to 75. Now we have an equation. We can solve it. Divide both sides by 3. X squared equals 25. Take the square root for both sides. X equals 5. So the answer is. Let's move to question 12. If 55% of students attended a party and of a school, and the school has 300 students, how many students attend? So we want to calculate 55% of 100, 55% of 300. We have several methods to answer this question. We have a student that he changed 55% into 55 over 100, multiplied by 300, and check the answer equals what? We have another student can calculate 55% out of 100 three times, which equals 55 plus 55. Then you add all of them plus 55, 55. Then add all of them. We have another student that can rewrite 55% into 5% and 50%. So 50% of 300 is 150. And 5% of 300, it's 15. So just add 15 plus 150, it will be 165, which equals C. Also, if you added 55 plus 55 plus 55, it will be 165. If you calculated 55% times 300, it will be the same answer, which equals 165, which is C. Move to another question. Question 13. There are two numbers where the unit digit is half the tens digit, and the sum of their digits is 9. What is this number? Check the choices. We have all of them. The units have the tens. 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 Okay. So the sum is 9. Check which pairs have sum of 9. So we have 2 plus 1 is 3, 4 plus 2, which equals 6, 6 plus 3 equals 9, 8 plus 4, which equals 12. So the answer. Question 14, 0.499 times 0.75 times 8 approximately equals what? You can write 0.499, it's 0.5, which equals half. You can change it in a fractional form, because if you want to simplify. 0.75, you know that this is 3 over 4. This is from the fractions and the percentage lesson, times 8. Now we'll simplify numerator with denominator. 2 times 4 equals 8, with 8 in the numerator. So it's 1 times 3, which equals 3. The answer is. Let's move to the next question. Question 15. Compare between 3 power 75 and 2 raised to the power of 100. You can write 3 power 75 as 3 raised to the power of 3, all to the power of 25. As you know that 75 is 3 times 25. So we can write it as 3 power 3, all to the power of 25. The same for 2 raised to the power of 100. It's 2 raised to the power of 4, all of the power of 25. You can cross both radicals with each other, take the 25th roots. So 3 power 3, which equals 27, and 2 power 4, which equals 16. So A is greater. Next question, question 16. Find a number between and 100 that both a perfect square and perfect cube. What is the meaning of perfect square? It means that you can take the square root of this number like 16, like 49. And a perfect cube, it means that you can take the cube root of this number like 8. So you can take the square root of 16, but you cannot take the cube root of 16. It's not an integer. Okay, so it's not A. Eliminate A. Also 27, you can take the cube root of 27, which equals 3, and the square root of 27 not perfect or not an integer. Also 32, the answer is 64, because you know that the square root of 64, this is 8, and the cube root of 64, which equals 4. As you know that 8 times 8 equals 64, and here we have 4 times 4 times 4 equals 64, so the answer is. Move to question 17. In the opposite figure, compare between the area of triangle ABC and the area of triangle ABD. The area of triangle ABC, this triangle, and the area of triangle ABD, this one. If you have two parallel lines and you have two triangles between the two parallel lines, and both they have the same base, and the opposite vertex lies on the opposite parallel lines, so the two triangles are equal here. It means that the area of the two triangles are equal. It means the answer is C. Question 18. If all triangles are right isosceles triangles, find the area of the square. How can we find the area of the square? You know that this is right isosceles triangle. This is the shape of the right isosceles triangle. And you know that if you have right isosceles triangle, it means we have two equal sides and both angles that measures 45 degrees. If this side is x and this side is x, the third side is x root 2. If this side is x, this side is x, the third side is x root 2, or the hypotenuse is x root 2. So we have this side is 1 and this side is 1. You can find the length of the hypotenuse. It will be 1, 2, which equals root 2. So this part equals root 2. And also the same for this part. It will be root 2. It means the side of the square, it will be root 2 plus root 2, which equals 2 root 2. Now we have the side of the square. You can find the area of the square. You know that it's side by side. The area of square, it's side by side. So it's 2 root 2 times 2 root 2. How can we multiply? 2 times 2 equals 4. Root 2 times root 2, which equals 2. So 4 times 2, it will be 8. So the answer is C. Move to the next question. Ahmed drove for 5 hours and took 3 half-hour breaks. If he arrived at 6:30, when did he leave? In this question, this is the time for driving, and we have 3 half an hours. 3 half an hours, it means 1.5 an hour, right? So the total time for the trip, it's 5 plus 1.5. This is the driving, and this is the break. So it will be 6.5, which is 6:30. So we arrived at 6:30. It means the answer will be 8. The last question, question 20, and very important question. What is the percentage of the share price loss between 1433 and 1434? We have a formula for the percentage of loss. Very important. Find the difference between the two numbers over the bigger times 100, and the answer, it will be in percent. This is very important. The percentage of loss, the difference over the bigger times 100. So we have 1433, this is 1433, which is 150, and this is 1434, which equals 90. Find the difference between both numbers. It means 150 minus 90, which equals 60, over the bigger number. The bigger number is 150 times the 100, and the answer will be in percent. Now we will simplify. You can cross 1 0 with 1 0. Divided 3, it will be 2. Divided 3, it will be 5. Divided 5 from the denominator, it will be 1. Divided 5, it will be 20. So the final answer is 2 times 20, which equals 40%. So the answer is 40.